Red Voyage News, splashing the check-in. Thank you for tuning in. This article is brought to you by the New York Post. So, Florida man. You know what happens when a Florida man strikes? The world just crumbles. The world stops when a Florida man strikes. Okay, Florida man who hid HIV status from gal pals sentenced to prison. Okay, and he looks happy. Why is he taking a mugshot without his shirt? Okay, Gentry Burns, that's it. Okay, that name. Gentry Burns pleaded no contest and has now been sentenced to 2 years in prison. Only 2 years in prison. And there were a couple of women that he had sex with that contracted HIV because of him. Okay, a Florida man who has sex with multiple women without telling them he was HIV positive has been sentenced to 2 years in prison. Now, more than likely, he's going to go through some program and he's probably going to get out sooner than that, probably in 7 months. At least 2 of the women were diagnosed with HIV after dating the man. Gentry Burns, 27, of Port Orange, which is by Daytona Beach, pleaded no contest Thursday to 1 count of uninformed HIV-infected sexual intercourse. 2 other counts of the same felony charge were dropped. Okay, he goes on to say that one of his ex-girlfriends contracted HIV because of him. He was only sentenced to 12 months probation. An investigation into Burns started in October 2019 when his ex told authorities she believes she got HIV from him while the pair dated in 2013. That same woman also provided detectives the names of other women she believed Burns could have infected. He was diagnosed with the virus in January 2014, had sex with 3 women without telling them his status. One was later diagnosed with HIV in 2017 after dating Burns a year earlier. Not only, did he give his ex-girlfriend HIV, it's believed that Gentry Burns traveled extensively along the East Coast of the United States and may have had contact with additional victims in other states. Okay. Then they go on to give like stats of how many people in America have HIV, how many people have died from AIDS, and this, that, and the third. So let me tell you something about this, okay? There's a community out there called bug chasers. You can Google that term. Bug chasers are people who pretty much, they have HIV, they have these infectious, incurable diseases, and they go around infecting other people. And that's just their thing, just infecting people. And a lot of times, like the majority of people that I've heard of that were quote unquote bug chasers were Caucasian. All right. Not saying all of them are Caucasian, but the majority from what I've heard, what I've seen, most of them were Caucasian. If you don't remember, I believe it was in the Carolinas, either South Carolina or North Carolina. I believe it was South Carolina. There was a Caucasian DJ named DJ Kid, I believe. And he had sex with hundreds, if not thousands, of black women. And he had HIV. And he was purposely having sex with them in order to give them HIV. Okay, so here's a story that I was talking about earlier. His name is Jason Roger Pope. He went by DJ Kid out of Florence, South Carolina. Okay, this guy had sex with like over 700 black women. All right. And this is his extensive criminal history right here. I mean, it goes way back. Arrested and charged with impersonating an officer. Look how long this rap sheet is. On top of human sex trafficking, purposely having unprotected sex with women, not telling them his HIV status. 700 black girls, some of them were minors. And he was able to get away with it for years. Like if you read his criminal history, law enforcement just kept letting him get off. Okay. Knowing that he had HIV and he was just, and if you looked at his social media back at the time when he got arrested, before he got arrested, some of his, Facebook posts, his Twitter posts, his posts that he would post were very disgusting and disturbing, talking about how, we're going to have a vagina eating. I don't want to say the other word. We're going to have a vagina eating contest. You could bring up any black man from the Florence area over here at this night, at this time, and we'll have a vagina eating contest, and I'll prove that, white boy like me can eat vagina better than any black dude that's in the area. Like, he used to have these little stupid, disgusting, vile contests like that. And he would promote it. And, I want to know who his victims were. Were his victims white women or were they black women? We already know who his victims were. They were all black women. But I want to know who his victims were. Because they're not revealing their identities, their names. They're keeping all of that hidden. And for somebody to knowingly have sex with somebody else, giving them HIV, knowing that they have HIV, and you get 2 years in prison, that lets me know either that more than likely, I'm not saying that his victims were black, but they were non-white, in my opinion. Now, could they be white? Sure. I don't know. But, we already know what the roles reversed would be. I don't even have to go into it. All right. And since, part of this channel right here is talking about living abroad, traveling abroad, the do's and don'ts on living abroad. I'm going to tell you, places like Thailand, I used to live in Thailand for 4 years. You got a lot of women out there that are quote unquote bug chasers too. And they sleep with a lot of bug chasers. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. A lot of women, a lot of people in Asia are white worshipers. And there are a lot of white worshipers in developing countries such as Thailand, especially in Pattaya and Phuket, Walking Street. Okay. A lot of these sex workers. These sex workers are literally tossing it up for less than, a number 9 at McDonald's. And, the whole point of you getting into sex work is to make money, but you don't want to be one and done with the wrong person. But you got a lot of these sex workers out here having sex with a lot of these men that come from abroad, unprotected sex, no condom. Hoping that, okay, either I can get some money about the game or I could get a baby about the game. How do I know? There's a website out there that I can't tell you the form. I can't tell you, but basically, if you go to the website, you won't see it right away. You have to become a member, but so many times you send a message and reply to other people, and they know, okay, this person is active and he doesn't seem like the feds or a cop or anything like that, then they'll give you access to another part of the website. And that's where a lot of men from around the world, they just post up pictures of different girls that are in the Pattaya and Phuket area and who they've had sex with. They show video footage, pictures, everything. And most of these guys, non-black, are having raw, unprotected sex with these women. A lot of guys are hopping from transgender women to women that were naturally born as women. They're double dipping, flip-flopping. All right. And you got guys like this out here worldwide traveling around having sex with different women. Not even just sex workers. You got regular women, everyday, day-to-day, hardworking women with average jobs, average salaries. They're not in the sex work. They've gone out and dated foreigners and who were quote unquote bug chasers. Not even knowing that they were, or, a lot of these guys, they know that they have STDs. They don't even have to have HIV. They could just have an STD and they're having sex with women. And then the girl ends up with, an STD, and they, put themselves back out on the market right after. Tinder, Facebook, Bumble, Hinge, whatever dating sites that are out there. They'll meet somebody like you go on a date with them, and then all of a sudden it's like, you ask a question. A lot of women out here are kind of brutally honest. And they'll tell you like, yeah, I had an STD The hell? When? It was like 2 months ago. 2 months ago. Yeah, it was a foreigner. I'm like, no, let's be more specific. You know, where was this foreigner from? What race was this foreigner? I want to know, because when black people do something, it doesn't matter if they're from Africa, the Caribbean islands, Europe, Canada, America. No, we just all black, right? But when somebody Caucasian does something, it's just a foreigner, right? It's a British guy. It's a French guy. It's an Italian guy. Okay, they're all different shades of people in these countries. It's not me, being racist and projecting racism or anything. It's just I like to know the stats. I like to gather information for my personal notes. And that's not to say that brothers ain't out here with STDs giving it to women or whatever. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the majority of what I've seen and from what I've heard out here, I really see it like this type of stuff right here. This type of stuff right here coming from the dominant society. Okay, and I can go deeper on this topic on my buymeacoffee.com page. Okay, if you like the content that I'm posting up on this YouTube channel, you want to make a donation, you want to support, click the link in the description box below. It'll take you over to this page right here. Hover over the support tab, and you can quote unquote buy me a coffee, which means donate. And the minimum amount you could donate is $5. You want to donate more? Hey, it's much appreciated. If you're interested in knowing how people are treated living abroad, okay, what is it like living abroad in a totally different continent? It's not to say that if you sign up for this that you want to live abroad as well, but you're just interested in knowing some of the information that is not being told on YouTube. Okay, I got 8 videos posted up already. Okay, you can sign up. It's $8 a month. Link is in the description box below. Okay, I'm over and I'm out. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.